Hello everyone, welcome back to Erasmus Talks podcast. This podcast is created and hosted by Hazar University International Affairs Office. So again, your host today is me, Arzu.
And me, Fatima. Here we'll discuss a wide array of topics related to the importance of Erasmus Mobility Exchange programs. On today's podcast, we will talk about Erasmus experience in Turkey. Here we'll discuss a wide array of topics related to the importance of Erasmus Mobility Exchange programs. On today's podcast, we will talk about Erasmus experience in Turkey. We do believe you would probably be interested to know what exactly is the Erasmus experience in Turkey.
So here you will learn today more about the Erasmus Plus student exchange programs, student life abroad, and we will have different guests for each episode and they will share their unique experiences and many more. So as today's guest, we have here Şucayet. Welcome Şucayet.
Welcome.
So how are you doing today?
I'm great, thank you. What about you?
I'm good too. So before going deeper to our regular talk, let's share some background information. Can you please tell us more about yourself?
Okay, I am Çağla Şucayet. I am doing my finals in Bachelor at Hazar University. That's my last year. I am coming from Economics and the Management Department. I am very interested in reading books and I am engaged in business projects. So,
thank you, Şucayet, for sharing. I would like to ask the question, and I believe that our listeners also be interested to know that how you start the process for applying Erasmus Mobility Exchange. Could you please share your experiences, the general process?
I want to say that Erasmus Plus was interesting for me before entering our university. I got some information about Erasmus Plus, and before coming Hazar University, I searched about Erasmus Plus project. And before entering university, I would like to enter and to go with Erasmus Plus. And after entering Hazar University, I applied many times to be participated in Erasmus Plus projects. First, I did this in my first year. In my first year, my English was not good enough, and that's why I participated in the interview. But it was not successful, and it was very interesting and excited for me. And I could not say a lot of information about myself or why I want to participate in Erasmus Plus project. That's why I was rejected from this interview. But after that, I applied many times again to participate in Erasmus Plus project. But during my second and third years, I applied more than 4 and 5 times. But I cannot even get accepted for the interview, but I couldn't give up. At the last, I get accepted for the interview in my last semester of the third year, and I get accepted for the Manisa, Turkey.
Yeah, that's the so inspirational story of you. Yeah.
Yeah,
nice.
Of course. Yeah. The fact that you didn't give up, that's actually, I hope that is a great lesson for our listeners also. So you said that you've done your Erasmus experience at Manisa Bayar University. So can you share some, the best, if there's any, the worst part of doing Erasmus in Turkey?
Okay, I won't say that there is no worst part of participating in Erasmus because at least for me, and I want to talk about advantages of being in Erasmus. It was really a great experience for me. As I said, I was expecting to participate in Erasmus for 4 years, and when I got accepted for this, I was very excited and happy about that. And when I went to Manisa, Turkey, I met a lot of new people. I met foreign students. I met new staff from this university. Especially the best part is that I met new teachers at this university, at Manisa Jalaba University, and I got a lot of new informations from my teachers and from other students. Almost every day we were coming together with foreign students and we were discussing some ideas and we were sharing our knowledge with each other, and it was really great for me. And except that I can say that I traveled during my Erasmus and during this traveling I also learned new things. I discovered new places, and I see a lot of amazing views in Turkey.
Okay, that's really good. And so you've done your Erasmus at that university for 6 months, yeah,
Yes.
like a one semester. Like, is there any differences, yeah, comparing Hazar with Manisa University? I mean, you can say something like academically or like socially.
Okay, I want to spare this part to say two part, the academic part and social part, as you said. For example, first I want to say about academic part. I can say that to be honest, our university is much more than Manisa Jalaba University, and I can say that quality of the lessons is good. But also in Jalaba University there is good teachers, or they teach good enough. And about the social part, yes, I want to say one thing about the academic part, that for example there was great library at Manisa Jalaba University, and there is perfect chances for students to study, for research, for everything. But unfortunately, as you know, at our university we have less chances to do like this. And about social part, I want to say that about social part, Manisa Jalaba University is better than our university, because in our university there is small canteen and small library, and the students just go to canteen and classrooms, the library, and then go home. But at Manisa Jalaba University there is a lot of coffee shops, or a lot of places to have fun with your friends or even with your teachers. And even I can say that there was a small mall inside of the university, and this was very interesting. And
Yeah. Thank you, Shujat, again, sharing your experience. So I guess like you're one of the luckiest, students here that you could have that experience, like social experience at that university. So
Yeah, sounds you had a really good experience. Shujat, you mentioned that you had a chance to visit some places in Manisa in Turkey. So I would like to ask which place impressed you most among the places you visited.
okay, actually I visited more than 9 or 10 cities in Turkey. I can say that all of them are good except Istanbul, because Istanbul is good. There is very good history, and there are a lot of historical places that you can visit, and you can learn a lot of things. People in Istanbul are very hospitable, but it is crowded city, and there are a lot of noise, and it's a little bit dirty. That's why I didn't like Istanbul this part, but as I said, in the historical part was amazing. And other cities, I can say that my favorite can be Izmir and Antalya. They are very good, especially in Izmir. I have a lot of fun with my friends or by myself. Even walking around the seaside, it is more relaxing. And other cities are also fine. And that's all.
Yeah, that's nice. So, by the way, I had also staff mobility on Manisa, and one of our partners, Manisa Celal Bayar University, and I had also a chance to visit. I mean, on the previous months, Istanbul. Yeah, as you mentioned, Istanbul is a crowd city, but anyway, I love that city. But Manisa has a unique style, unique people, and the food. I love that city. I mean,
Yes, that's true.
it's the combination of the historical part and the green and the mountains and its amazing view, amazing nature. Yeah, so I would also ask about the food. Because Manisa is famous for its kebab.
Yeah,
So
Manisa kebab, yeah.
have you tasted, and could you share your experience with us, please?
Yeah, sure. Actually, as you know, in general, Turkey is famous for its kebabs, and I tasted Manisa kebab too. Almost every day I was tasting Manisa kebab because it is real delicious, and also you have to find good places that make these kebabs. And except Manisa kebab, there are other meals, other kebabs that you can taste. For example, I really loved Iskandar. It's one of my favorites, and it's also really delicious. And also, Manisa is famous for its sweets, and in general, Turkey is famous. But in Manisa, there are good sweets that you can taste almost everywhere. And if you want to have a good time with your friends, you can go any coffee shops and take sweets and your tea, and you can have a nice talk.
Yeah, as I'm a vegetarian, I haven't any chance to taste kebabs, but I've tasted burek in Manisa. Yeah, it was so tasty. Yeah, so nice. Mm-hmm.
Okay, as far as I know that, Istanbul, generally Turkey is not far away from our country, but are there any tips and tricks that you can give, to travelers while you've been traveled? Because you said that you went to Istanbul and Izmir and in different cities.
Yeah, actually, it is really good to travel cities because, as I said, when you travel, you learn a lot of things and you meet different people from different cities. I was doing like this. For example, I didn't plan anything before. For example, let's say that we are in a cafe with my friends and they were talking about their experience. Let's say about Bursa, and I didn't have any plan before that. But in the afternoon, I was deciding that yes, in the evening I will go to Bursa, and I was buying my ticket and then go at the evening immediately. And after next morning, I was reaching to the cities, and even I don't know any places or where to go or any place to stay there. After going there, I was searching in the internet about the famous places to visit in these cities or where I can stay. Also, I get help from the people of these cities, and they are very hospitable, and they helped me a lot. And that's all.
So, I'm really curious about, have you ever been in trouble while traveling?
Actually, I don't remember any situations, but I have some troubles about accommodations because, as I said, I didn't plan anything before going, and when I went the cities, I couldn't find any suitable places for me, and yes, actually, I want to share one thing that I faced with a big problem when I went to Izmir in my first day even. I reached in Izmir in the morning, and I a little bit walked with my friend, and I went to sleep, and I woke up at the night it was 9 if I don't make a mistake, and I went with my friend. Of course, I don't know any places, and he told me how to go or where to go. And we met. Anyway, we walked and sit at the cafes for more than 4 or 5 hours, and it was 2 at night. And he said that you have to use this transport and you have to go to ship, then you can go with ship. I went to port and I wanted to take a ship to go another side of the city, but the securities told me that there is no any more ships, you cannot go, and I don't know what to do. I didn't have even the telephone to call my friend, and I asked securities and they told me that no, we cannot give our phone to you. And after I went to taxis that, oh, can you help me, how can I go to my home? They also said that we cannot help you anyway. Then I went to restaurants, I called my friend, and the worker at the restaurant after 1 minute started to yell at me that, oh, give me your phone. I cannot give any more, and I started to think about the people of the Turkey that, oh, they shouldn't be like this, why are so. And anyway, after I went to taxi, I went to my places, I went to my home, and after reaching my home, I could not find my apartment. Also, I spent more than 1 hour there, and I was very confused, and I was a little bit scared that, oh, what will I do, because I don't know any place, and even I don't know number to call my friend that how can I help you.
You had a challenge.
Yeah, really
big
challenge.
Yeah.
Luckily,
You just survived, like.
Yeah, I mean, like, even though it was like, sounds like a negative experience, but
Yes.
I do believe that you have learned a lot
Yes,
from that
yes, of
experience.
course,
Doesn't
yes,
matter,
yes.
positive or negative.
Yes. It was
Yeah.
great experience for me, actually.
Yeah, that was a nice talk. So I would like to ask that when the students apply for the Erasmus Plus exchange program, the students always have a concern about accommodation, how they find the place for living, a dormitory or flat. Have you experienced that challenging for finding, and how was it? I mean.
Yes, actually, it was also challenging for me because before I going to Turkey, I didn't know where I will stay, or there is no any place or dormitory, because I called my university and they told me that the dormitories are full, and you have to find somewhere else to stay for 1 month. And thanks to my friend that he helped me a lot, and he entered the Airbnb and he find a place for me to stay 1 month. After that, I moved to dormitory. It belongs to our university, and they arranged a room for me, and I stayed there until I come back to my country.
Oh, that was a nice experience that you had. How has Erasmus changed you, and what would be different if you hadn't been to Erasmus? I believe that these questions will be interesting for the listeners.
Yes, actually, let's say that before going to Turkey with Erasmus, I was a little bit introvert, but after going there, I met a lot of new people, and I had no chance not to talk with other people, because if you are in a foreign country, even if it is Turkey, you have to have a good time with your friends or with others, and you need to talk and you need to survive there, let's say. Because even when I went any cities, I have to ask the other peoples or local people that how can you help me, or I need any help. And after going there, my extrovertness went away, and now I can say that I am more extrovert. And before going to Turkey, I was very ambitious about talking new people and learning new ideas from them. After going there, I also increased this ambitious, because when I was in Turkey, I met international students, because and they give me a lot of new ideas, and we discussed lots of things, and I added more knowledge to my knowledge.
Okay, now I believe that we are getting closer to the end of the talk. So yeah, huge thank goes to you, Shujat, for sharing your experience, for your great participation. Yeah, thanks again for your participation, Shujaat. So, do you have anything to add?
No, thank you. Just I want to thank you to invite me here and to have. It was really nice to have a talk with you. Thank you.